Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. I know we're all having far, far too much fun here today. Well, thank you so much. Incredible how fast we can get 400 people into chairs. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the State of Downtown Address. My name is Craig Lester. I am the 2019 President of the Downtown Orlando Partnership and the General Manager of the Aloft Orlando Downtown Hotel. Thank you all for your continued patronage in the WXYZ bar. The Downtown Orlando Partnership is very, very proud to host this awesome event each and every year alongside our partners at the City of Orlando. Our organization has been an integral part of the Downtown Orlando business community for over 60 years now. And the State of Downtown Address, one of my very personal favorites, is truly a reflection of who we are and what we aim to represent. This is where downtown commerce, government, and the greater community come together as one. As the business association for downtown Orlando, the DOP's role has always been to connect people in the downtown business community in meaningful ways, continually creating new relationships and inspiring new and innovative ideas. The Downtown Orlando Partnership continually strives to create and promote fun, exciting downtown events that support our downtown assets, projects, and businesses. These are highlighted through various digital communication platforms, as well as through live programs such as this one, the Golden Brick Awards, Third Thursday, the Influencer Series, Connect DTO, and others. We strive to support our members by ensuring that we deliver value to our relationships by championing their causes and advocating on their behalf. We see the DOP as the connection point for collaboration and a way in which businesses can contribute to their community. We have continued to enhance and develop the nonprofit arm of the DOP, the Avrio Foundation, which is aimed at continuing the beautification of downtown Orlando. Lots of exciting opportunities in the works, so please stay tuned for future and up to come. The work of the Downtown Orlando Partnership would not be possible without the support of our members and partners who are here in the room. I'd like to take just a moment to recognize them quickly. Thank you first and foremost to all of our DOP members in the audience today. These events would truly not be the same without all of your participation and support. Excuse me. I'd like to give a special shout out and thank you to our fantastic and dedicated Downtown Orlando Partnership Board of Directors. If you could stand, please, so that we can recognize you. Thank you so much to our champions, Advent Health, Career Source Central Florida, Chase Bank, CI Group, Downtown Development Board, Fairwinds Credit Union, Fat Merchant, the Greater Orlando Sports Commission, HKS, Orlando Health, OUC, the Reliable One, Southwest Value Partners, the University of Central Florida, and Valencia College. And this afternoon, the 2019 State of Downtown event is generously supported by our presenting sponsor, which is OUC, the Reliable One, whom you'll hear a little bit more from in just a moment. Our event sponsors today are Addition Financial, Advent Health, Baker Barrios, Greater Orlando Sports Commission, Highwoods, Orlando Regional Medical Center, Orlando Magic, Safer, Tim Weber Events, and our friends from UCF and Valencia Downtown. As well, there are a number of corporate table sponsors who are all listed in your program. Thank you as well. At this time, I'd like to invite to the stage our presenting sponsor representative, Cesar Calvet, OUC, the Reliable One 2019 Board President.
Thank you, Craig, and thank you to all of you for being here today for Mayor Dyer's State of Downtown 2019. As President of Orlando Utilities Commission Board of Commissioners, I speak on behalf of everyone in our organization when I say that we couldn't be more proud to be at the center of such a dynamic city. Innovation and collaboration are key ingredients for successful cities and organizations, and we're fortunate to be at the center of Orlando's innovation and economic progress. We're lucky to reap the benefits of the bright young minds conducting groundbreaking research at our colleges and universities. I'm proud to say some of those minds have come to work for us to create and implement new ideas every day. For nearly a century, OUC has been a dynamic, innovative force in our community. You know us as a reliable one, with the best electric reliability in the state for 21 years running, and for our high-quality water as well. But we're making great strides at the sustainable one, and we're proud to work together and support Mayor Dyer's vision of making Orlando the greenest city in the Southeast. In fact, sustainability is always top of mind through everything that we do. Our reliable Plaza Administration building, just a couple of blocks away, was downtown Orlando's first gold LEED certified building. We're also the innovative one. Services like OU Cooling Chilled Water and OU Convenient Indoor and Outdoor Lighting have helped many notable facilities in our area achieve LEED certification, like Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center and the Amway Center. Our innovation also extends to the green energy space. We unveiled Central Florida's first community solar farm at the Gardenia facility in 2013. Since then, we have added a much larger one at our Stanton Energy Center, and in 2017, we installed the area's only floating solar atop a pond in one of our facilities. At Stanton, we're also capturing methane gas from a nearby landfill, enhancing our clean energy portfolio and reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. We expect the future of transportation to rely heavily on electricity. That's why we partnered with the City of Orlando to make our area one of the nation's top 10 electric vehicle-ready cities. And why we're collaborating once again with the city and the Bloomberg Foundation to add an additional 150 EV charging stations, along with the current 165 chargers we've installed over the last several years to our city by 2020. And these are just a few examples. As our city grows, so do we. We're embracing change and leading with vision to ensure a sustainable next generation. We're making connections today to prepare for the demands of tomorrow. From smart street lighting to public EV charging stations, to electric power mass transit with links, to solar projects. We're forward-thinking and diversifying our portfolio with cleaner, greener energy. We're also dedicated to help improve the lives of those who we serve and building a better community for us all. That's why we're working in collaboration with the city and the Central Florida Housing Trust to help provide clean, energy-efficient housing for some of the areas within our community with the greatest need. As you can see, OUC has a rich history here in Orlando. We're dedicated to helping improve the lives of those we serve and building a better community for us all. And now going off the script, as I was, my time in Orlando has been, when I came back in 1968 before that, graduating here from high school, that's when my banking career started to kind of look at where do I wanted to devote my volunteer time. And they would identify 3 boards or commissions or authorities, whatever you may wish to call them. And one was the Florida Housing Finance Corporation, which I was fortunate to serve for 7.5 years, and which has a benefit for the entire state of Florida. And then it was GOA. I mean, one of the big engines for our community. And the third one was OUC. And I finally was able to be selected to serve because I always felt that they are a quality organization. It's amazing what they do, not only the services they provide, but also how involved they are with our community. So I am proud to be part of the commission, Orlando Utilities Commission. So now I look forward to hearing more from Mayor Dyer in just a few minutes, so please enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you, Cesar, and thank you to OUC for their ongoing support of this event and the Downtown Orlando Partnership year-round. For those who may not know me, my name is Bridget Keefe. I am the Executive Director of the Downtown Orlando Partnership, and I have today the distinct honor of teeing up the man of the hour, Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer. But before we do that, I want to quickly take an opportunity to recognize and thank some other elected officials and public servants here in the audience with us today. If you don't mind just quickly raising your hand or standing. Certainly Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer will be down here shortly, but let's go ahead and give him a round of applause. City of Orlando Commissioner Jim Gray. City of Orlando Commissioner Robert Stewart. City of Orlando Commissioner Patty Sheehan. City of Orlando Commissioner Regina Hill. City of Orlando Commissioner Tony Ortiz. We're also honored to have Congresswoman Val Demings with us today. Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. Orange County Commissioner Myra Yubi. And I believe we also have Orange County Tax Collector Scott Randolph with us. Wonderful. Orange County Sheriff John Mina. And former Orlando Mayor Bill Fredericks. Thank you. And if I've missed anybody, please stand quickly to be recognized. Great, nailed it. All right, so thank you all for being here. We know your schedule is busy, and we really appreciate all that you do for our downtown, for our city, and for our region. So this is my 6th year with the Downtown Partnership. It's also my 6th state of downtown. And in that time, I've had the privilege to work with a number of you in this audience and a number of really incredible people who put everything that they have into making downtown, our downtown, the best downtown in America. And I've also learned over those years the importance of leadership and partnership, really seen up close. And I can honestly say, having been at the table with them, that no one does leadership and partnership quite like the man we're going to hear from next, our Orlando Mayor, Buddy Dyer. Many of you have probably seen it as well when you watch the mayor work, when you've heard him speak. There's a couple of things that I've noticed in particular about our mayor. The first is that he doesn't really say "I" a lot. He's not quite like the average leader who loves to talk about himself. He much prefers to talk about the projects and people that are having impact, and he prioritizes we over me almost every time. Everything our mayor does revolves around partnership, revolves around bringing people together, and revolves around sharing the credit. That's such a simple thing, but it's really a great example of his approach to getting things done, and it's an effective one. That partnership-first style of leadership is the foundation for everything we've been able to accomplish in downtown over the years. Second thing I've noticed is that with Mayor Dyer, there's no such thing as empty promises. When he said he's going to do something, he absolutely gets it done. You know, just walking the streets in downtown on your way here, I imagine you've seen some of those things. Look at our community venues, Camping World, Amway Center, Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts, our transportation efforts in Limo and Sunrail. And who can forget a little thing called UCF and Valencia downtown that happened just a few months ago? It's a big deal. Mayor has been and always will be a man of his word, and to me, that's worth something. Third thing I've noticed is just how truly brilliant and innovative and forward-thinking our mayor is. It's really his philosophy of strategic leadership, I think. He doesn't just do things to do them. He has purpose. Everything he does has purpose, and then that purpose has a larger purpose. He's kind of like a chess player, always thinking 3 moves ahead. And those projects that our mayor has worked with many of you in this room, our community, to prioritize have always laid the foundation for something larger. And I think today you're going to get to hear from the mayor on some of those projects, gateway projects as they call them, and how they're going to continue to shape the future of DTO. And maybe, just maybe, wink, wink, there may be some big announcements. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer's State of Downtown Address. And I would like to direct your attention to the screens and hope you enjoy the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our mayor, Buddy Dyer.
Wow, good afternoon. This looks pretty fabulous. Wow, I just want to take it in for just 1 second. And the sound is so much different when there's 400 people in the room than when you're practicing it with 5. Bridget, thank you so much for that very kind introduction. And while I'm honored to have you give the introduction, many of you know that that role usually belongs to the head of our Downtown Development Board, Thomas Chapman. And I can tell you there's nobody that wants to be here today more than Thomas. But unfortunately, this past weekend, Thomas had a serious health scare. And we all know how strong Thomas is, and thankfully, with the help of the skilled doctors at Orlando Health, his life was saved. So Thomas went home from the hospital last night, and by the way, he lives right over here in the Soul Air, so he might be out on his balcony looking over here. But we love starting these events by saying it's a great day to be in Orlando, it's a great day to be in downtown Orlando, but those words have a whole new meaning because today truly is great because Thomas is still here, he's still with us, he's still thinking about and fighting for his beloved DTO nation. So we're going to do what Thomas would want us to do, and that's celebrate downtown Orlando. We'll do it in his honor, and we wish him a speedy recovery. So we want to start by thanking Highwoods Properties and Seaside Plaza for letting us use this space for our annual State of the Downtown event. And I know some of you are probably thinking, what's that nutty mayor gathering us in a completely empty floor of an office building? So what I'd say to you is, look around and think about what you see. What do you think about when you look at this space that you're sitting in? What do you feel? To me, this space personifies two important narratives in our shared downtown story. The first narrative is that it's obviously a blank space. Right now, the room is literally a blank space. Soon, a company will look at this floor and see something special. They'll see their future, and they'll invest in this space. Through hard work and creativity, they'll transform it into an engine of prosperity. Now, when I first became mayor, downtown Orlando was very much a blank space. Actually, you know what? We were worse than that. Our own newspaper called us a ghost town. It seemed like nobody wanted to visit, nobody wanted to invest, nobody wanted to live here. But instead of a ghost town, you, our community, saw something very different. We saw a blank space with unlimited potential. We saw our future, so we committed to investing together in our downtown. We closed our eyes and imagined what could be if we worked together. We dared to ask big, bold questions. Why not us? Why not here? Why not now? And while we had big imaginations and big goals, our planning was very strategic. As Bridget talked about, we had a unique plan. The projects that we prioritized had to be gateway projects. And by that we mean they had to serve as a first step to accomplishing a larger goal. And everywhere we look today, we see the powerful results of that playbook. Take just a second and look out the window over here. That's the Plaza building. And that was our first gateway project. A lot of you probably remember how we did that. But we stand here today, and it's hard to imagine a time when not much was really happening in downtown. But back in 2003, no one wanted to build a new office building or residential building or mixed use. So we needed a spark. Our original downtown transition team put this $143 million project on the top of our priority list. And through incredible amounts of effort and partnership, we made it happen. And today, think about this. From 2003 to today, the Plaza is home to restaurants, a movie theater, 80 companies, 1,000 employees who spend their time and money in downtown Orlando every single day. So more importantly, the Plaza kick-started a wave of investment and construction for downtown and residential, in office and mixed use that took us to and through the Great Recession. The Plaza kick-started our transformation into the live, work, play downtown that we know today. A downtown that since 2011 has experienced a 32% population growth, experienced a 30% increase in residential units, has added more than 8,500 jobs, and has experienced more than $1.3 billion in completed projects. And it created a pipeline of investments that are still underway, with Lincoln Plaza nearing completion, and under construction a new hotel at Magnolia and Livingston, and a new 13-story mixed-use tower, the Radius. So, is our work done? Should we just take a victory lap and say mission accomplished? Of course not. That was a rhetorical question, but thank you for answering. If we've learned anything in our work together, it's that in Orlando, we always dream bigger and bigger and bigger. We've accomplished so much, but the reality is that downtown Orlando hasn't begun to realize its full potential. Let's say it again together. Downtown Orlando hasn't even begun to realize its full potential. Okay, you're supposed to say it with me, so let's try it one more time. Downtown Orlando hasn't even begun to realize its full potential. So tell 5 people tonight that same thing, okay? Earlier, we talked about how this room personifies 2 narratives. The first was how we filled our blank space, so we've accomplished that so far. Can anybody guess what the second narrative is and what it suggests for our future? Okay. So look around again. What stands out? All the beautiful men and women in the room. The room has windows. It has lots and lots of windows. And in fact, this room gives us a unique ability to have a 360-degree view of downtown Orlando. And through these windows, you see many of our accomplishments. But keep looking. And you can see Central Florida spread out before us. You can see the horizon, north, south, east, west. From this vantage point, you can appreciate how important downtown is to the entire region. That big, bright horizon is our future. Downtown Orlando sits at the crossroads of Florida. And that physical location sets us apart from virtually every other downtown. That physical location means we have an incredible opportunity to lead Florida in this 21st century. As the Sunshine State's hub for transportation, it's hub for innovation, it's hub for education, it's hub for culture, food, arts, and quality of life, it's hub for sports and entertainment, and so much more. And that's why today we're declaring that our mission isn't just to keep building a great downtown, it's to define our downtown as the 360-degree center of Florida. So 360 degrees means every direction, every point on a compass. No matter where you live in Florida, Paramore to Pensacola, from South Street to South Beach, we want our downtown to offer something unique. But 360 degrees also means the entire spectrum of life. We don't want to just be a downtown that's good at one thing or one set of people. When we say our vision is to be a 360-degree center for Florida, we must be a downtown that adds value to people's lives in every way, every shape, and every form. We must be a downtown that generates economic and social benefit for every single person that lives, works, learns, plays, or visits here. Now, we'll achieve this bold shared goal by leading in 7 key areas, and it all starts with connectivity. Connectivity will help our downtown unlock the incredible economic and social benefits. We have the opportunity to leverage Sunrail to make downtown Orlando the center of connectivity for the entire state of Florida, beginning with Sunrail and then through a direct connection to the airport and ultimately with Virgin Trains network. We'll provide a way for residents and visitors to travel more easily between Florida's population centers, Orlando, Tampa, Miami. Those big statewide connections enhance our work to modernize the way people get around our downtown once they're here. That work includes extensive planning to enhance our downtown streets and infrastructure, to reimagine some of our most important streets into smaller two-way thoroughfares to make them more retail-friendly, more pedestrian-friendly, and more bike-friendly. And it includes, through Commissioner Stewart's leadership, our comprehensive study of the North Quarter District to enhance all modes of transportation there. This includes cutting-edge projects like our rideshare hubs that our partners at Uber and Lyft are looking to model nationally. It includes our digital wayfinding system. And it includes bike sharing and, wait for it, e-scooters. Okay, I was asked about saying we're never going to have scooters. A guy can change his mind when hundreds or thousands of people email you and say, we want scooters. So scooters are coming. Those micro-transit innovations are redefining how people move in downtown and providing people with last-mile solutions that make urban living and working easier and less expensive. So the importance of connectivity for our future is also why we're partnering with our partners at Lynx to modernize our downtown limo circulator with first electric and then eventually autonomous buses. Because our future depends on connectivity and transportation, and because our residents are demanding more transportation options, we're standing with our residents and Mayor Demings to advocate for expanded mobility options in Central Florida. Jerry, thank you for being here. Thank you for leading the effort for an initiative next November. The second area where downtown Orlando must lead is urban living and quality of life. We've done so much to remake our center city into a place that people are actually clamoring to live. That energy is reflected in a 70% population increase we've seen in less than 2 decades. It's reflected in the quality of our life enhancements, from Constitution Green Dog Park that Sammy likes to visit, to the pedestrian overpass at Colonial, to the enhanced places at ZL Riley Park, to the new farmers market in Paramore to help bring healthy food to the community. It's reflected in new projects like the park that will be at Creative Village, like Lake Lorna Doone Park in our West Lakes neighborhood, and our big plans to create one of the coolest public spaces in all of America, the Under Eye. The future is about what will, Under Eye. The future is about what we'll do and how we'll work together to solve challenges. And we're up for the challenge, and 2 of those our region's issues with affordable housing and homelessness. If downtown is to realize its full potential, then it must be a place where anyone who wants to live can afford to do so. Later this month, Paramore Oaks will celebrate its grand opening, and we'll complete the next 5 single-family homes for residents to pursue the American dream of home ownership. In total, now this is just downtown, this isn't citywide, we've helped to create nearly 500 multifamily housing units, rehabilitated more than 100 residential units, and we're building 64 single-family homes with down payment assistance. That's the same collective energy and partnership that extends to our work to uplift our homeless neighbors. The homeless population of Central Florida has dropped nearly 11% in the past 5 years. The HOPE team is working on the streets every single day to connect our homeless neighbors with services and housing, and now they have some added assistance with our downtown ambassadors. Our community invested in the permanent supportive housing model designed to place homeless individuals in housing and then surround them with the services that they need. This approach continues to work with more than 90% of the chronically homeless individuals and veterans we've placed into permanent supportive housing still housed today. And that's why we continue to invest in this model with some of the new housing units underway in downtown dedicated to permanent supportive housing. The third area where we must bring the 360-degree center of Florida is one that brings a huge smile to my face. Any guesses? Sports and entertainment. In many ways, our resurgence has been fueled by the investment we made in our venues a decade ago already, more than a decade. Our venues were a critical first step to transforming downtown Orlando into a destination that can host any event, think about it, any event that the world can bring to Orlando, we can host in our downtown. And every day we're leveraging our geographic location at the center of the state, combined with our world-class sports and entertainment assets and our incredible hospitality partners, to host major event after major event. And now we're hosting 1,200 events a year in downtown. That's double the number that we were hosting just 5 years ago. That includes the Orlando Magic and Orlando Solar Bears games who are set to open their seasons in just a couple of weeks. And both of them made the playoffs last year. How about that? That includes major events like Come Out with Pride, Fusion Fest, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, our Arab Festival, and the MLK Parade. Think about this. The last year of the old Amway Arena, we hosted only 13 concerts there, 13 total. This year, we have more than 40 concerts at the Amway Center. And since the reconstruction of Camping World Stadium, we've hosted 5 sellout stadium concerts in addition to that. Okay, I know that was started by Donna Dallas because I could hear her shout that out. She's probably with Alan Johnson too. We're working with our great partners at Florida Citrus Sports and the Greater Orlando Sports Commission to host even more events, like the NFL's Pro Bowl, again for the 4th year in a row. We've got the United States and Canada soccer match coming up as we continue to compete to host World Cup games. We've got the Special Olympics USA Games in 2022 and Monster Jam World Finals coming again this year. Don't laugh about that. That is a really big deal, and we make a lot of money. Okay, this is another special announcement, I think. Another signature event is being launched by the Thornton Park District in January. Part Music Festival, part Beach Bash. The first annual Orlando Hullabaloo will bring musical acts like Sugar Ray and Eve 6, as well as a host of local bands for an all-day beach-themed festival in the middle of wintertime. And as only Orlando can do, this festival will also feature a wakeboard track and pool, not in Lake Eola, but actually on land, that will showcase the talent and tricks from an all-star team of local professional wakeboarders. Do you know we have more world-class wakeboarders here in Orlando than any place in the world? That's pretty cool too, isn't it? As more and more people continue coming to downtown for events and to explore our main streets, we're grateful to have our ambassadors on the streets to create a true guest experience for visitors. We're a region defined. We are defined by world-class hospitality. So our downtown should have that same great level of guest experience. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We've only just cracked the surface of what we're capable of doing. We want to do more, we want to do it bigger, and we want to do it better. The biggest and best concerts on the planet, more high-profile college football games, more international soccer matches, the biggest college and pro basketball games, more NFL games, more esports competition, and of course, we want to host World Cup 2026 right here in Orlando. We want these events filling the calendar week after week, filling our downtown with fans, filling restaurants and bars and hotels and retail establishments with customers, filling our streets with electricity. This is downtown Orlando's future, and this future is right here for us to reach out and grab. So, the fourth area where we have an opportunity to be the 360-degree center of our state is art, food, and culture. And it's often hard to define the value of culture with traditional metrics. As one of our creative leaders, Cole Neesmith, has said, that really resonates with me, people might move to our city for a job, but they choose to continue living in a city because of the vibrancy of their lives after they leave work. And that's why investing in our culture, our arts, our food, our architecture, our placemaking is essential if we're going to continue to grow and thrive. We know that art is one of those intangible things that make people want to spend time somewhere and together. Art captures people's imaginations. Art gives a city its authentic soul. So in everything we do, we must make sure that art is part of it. Our See Art Orlando Sculpture program has been a catalyst for art throughout downtown. And today, we see murals popping up all over the city, like the one at Exploria Stadium that celebrates the heritage of Paramore, Gertrude's Walk along the urban trail, even parking garages in Thornton Park. And Commissioner Sheehan continues to champion art throughout our downtown. And her most recent addition, the Swan Crosswalk in Thornton Park, also promotes pedestrian safety so we can be safe and artsy. We're hosting one-of-a-kind events like Immerse that brings 1,000 artists to all different mediums from all over the world to our city. We're seeing unexpected experiences popping up too, including performances from the Orlando Ballet, the Orlando Philharmonic, and the Orlando Opera. And of course, we are so excited to look right out this window and see the Steinmetz Hall at Dr. Phillips Center, which will be open for business in 2020. So if art is the soul of our downtown, then food is probably its heart. Yes? I struggled with that line a little bit, but let's just go with it, okay? So think about the best group experiences you've had in your life. The majority are probably memories involving sharing a meal with family or friends, and that recipe is simple. Great downtowns have great places to eat, places that are authentic. We're proud that downtown Orlando's cuisine is reflective of our melting pot of a city, with options from authentic Colombian to French to Korean to Vietnamese to, most importantly, barbecue and soul food. We're making it easier for food entrepreneurs to succeed through our designated parking areas for food trucks. And we must continue to help set the table to make downtown the most attractive place in Florida to launch that next great restaurant. Our Main Street districts, anybody here from a Main Street district? well, I know Thornton Park is here, is helping to grow downtown as a culinary destination. And that's why we're supporting the food hall concept throughout downtown. We have food halls coming soon to you. And we're continuing to invest in our Main Street small business districts, including the expansion of the Church Street district into Paramore. When we talk about important cultural amenities, there's more to it than just new restaurants and artistic innovation. Great downtowns share a history with the residents. They share good times as well as the bad times. And that's why downtown population centers often have places to learn and places of quiet reflection. The Orange County Regional History Center and the Wells-Built Museum have long played this important role. Now we're building on their legacy with two new museums. Both the National Pulse Memorial and Museum, and the new Holocaust Museum for Hope and Humanity have an incalculable value in helping our city, helping our state, and even our nation unlearn the pathways of hate and violence and become reflective of the love, the compassion, and the resilience of our city. Number 5 on our list, if Orlando is going to own this century, if Florida is going to own this century, then downtown Orlando must be the 360-degree center for education. This has been a goal of ours since we launched the Paramore Kids Zone to connect our most vulnerable young people with education, enrichment, healthcare, and desperately needed services. We undertook the journey to make it happen because we could leverage the power of education to transform Paramore. And then it would benefit every resident of that neighborhood, every part of downtown, and quite honestly, every part of our Central Florida community. And today, PKZ stands as one of this mayor's proudest achievements. It's credited with reducing the number of juvenile arrests by 66%, reduced teen pregnancy by 73%, and listen to this one, for the 4th year in a row, ensuring that 100% of the high school seniors in PKZ graduated and then went to college, post-secondary education, or the military. How about that? So today, we can draw a direct line from our investment in PKZ to the ACE School, to entrepreneur training, like the students who created Black Bee Honey, and now to the new UCF Valencia downtown campus. That line is one of so many reasons why the new campus is such a big deal. The campus sets stage for a cradle-to-career pathway for downtown residents. It creates instant connectivity between college coursework and real-world employers in an urban setting. And it attracts investment from companies looking to be part of the most robust educational ecosystem in Florida. So being a 360-degree center for education doesn't just mean we're a hub for 4-year degrees and advanced college educations. It means being a central point for all manner of learning to unlock opportunity for every single person who wants it. It must be an engine that creates career opportunities for everyone, a place that removes barriers and opens doors to great jobs for everyone. It means the entire spectrum of learning opportunities and career opportunities. This aspect of what we're building with our Creative Village and our downtown campus is so important that it needs to be highlighted separately. Our Opportunity for All vision is exemplified by the city's Blueprint 2.0 program, a program that's being led by Commissioner Hill. Borrowing from our original blueprint that connected downtown residents with jobs and apprentice programs from our venues project, Blueprint 2.0 goes even a little further. It connects residents to more than 100 short-term training programs to prepare them for long-term careers in high-demand, high-wage industries with wages that start at $15, $20, and $25 an hour. And we also know what a huge hurdle it is for people to stop their lives, to stop working so that they can get this kind of training over a period of weeks. So if you will indulge me for just a second, how about everybody close your eyes? Let's get out of your comfort zone, but nobody's going to see you because everybody's eyes are closed. and put ourselves in someone else's shoes for a moment. Let's imagine what it's like to be a working mom or dad who makes minimum wage, or even just a little bit more than that. Imagine how hard it is to put food on the table for your kids every week, to make ends meet for your family. Now imagine how badly you want a chance to get a higher paying job, to make the lives of your family members just a little bit easier. There's a program that can help you do it, but it takes 12 to 15 weeks to complete. 12 weeks without a paycheck, or even 12 weeks without a reduced paycheck, makes that aspiration out of reach. You simply can't do it. Imagine what it must feel like when you look at the faces of your kids. You don't want to have to accept this scenario. And this is our downtown in our Orlando. In our town, we don't leave our neighbors behind. So with the opening of the new Valencia Center for Accelerated Training, that parent now has access to some of these programs within walking distance of their home if they live in Paramore. The Blueprint 2.0 program enrollees, we give them $125 a week as a stipend to help the eligible students pay for the cost of housing and food or childcare without getting this training. And the type of companies that are hiring these individuals, Lockheed Martin is just one of the many employers that are lined up ready to hire these newly skilled workers. So the first two 10-week programs will graduate their first classes at the end of the month, and together with our partners, we're going to use this groundbreaking program to connect the residents of Paramore throughout downtown and our entire Central Florida community with a fair shot at opportunity. So, innovative short-term training programs not only give individuals their opportunity to make their lives better, they help our local companies fill crucial workforce needs. And we have a long history of solving workforce challenges. One of the very best examples, and probably my favorite, now, today anyways, was back in 2003 when a company called Electronic Arts was growing extremely quickly, but they were very concerned about the lack of talent, a talent pipeline here in Orlando. So our city and UCF, like they always do, stepped up and partnered to create the Florida Interactive Entertainment Academy, the region's first graduate-level video game development school, which, oh, by the way, is now one of the very best in the country. It's known as FIA, and it just happens to be on the southern site of what today is known as our Creative Village. And it's continued to grow over the last 14 years. And today, 1 of every 7 members of EA's Central Florida Game Development and Production teams is a FIA graduate. Yeah. So while most everybody knows EA for its world-renowned Madden NFL football title, if you think they're just a video game company, it's time to listen up just a second. EA is part of an interactive entertainment industry that on an annual basis is bigger than the film, home entertainment, and music industries combined. That's film, home entertainment, and music all combined. It's bigger than that. EA itself has 300 million customers around the world, so they're truly a global brand. And by the way, that's roughly equivalent to the population of the entire United States. EA's employees are doing work in the most cutting-edge fields on Earth, everything from artificial intelligence to 3D to virtual reality. So our theme today is Downtown 360. The announcement that we've saved for the last epitomizes what it means to truly come full circle. Our Creative Village will be the preeminent home to the innovation economy in the Southeast United States. So right here, right now, we're excited to announce Electronic Arts is coming to put the creative in our Creative Village. Woo. We're partnering with EA to relocate their state headquarters to downtown Orlando to be our next gateway project. We want everyone to understand why this is such a big deal. Over the next 2 years, EA is going to build a state-of-the-art headquarters that will be home to more than 700 employees. That's 700 new neighbors, working, living, playing, spending money in downtown every single day. But the economic impacts of having EA as the anchor of our creative village is only a small part of why the company's choice to invest its future here is such a huge deal. EA's presence here creates an immediate pipeline for our educational partners in and around the creative village. Their presence here also serves as a magnet to attract companies and investment into the creative village, accelerating our industry cluster in digital media. And for those reasons and many more, EA is the perfect partner with which to take this monumental step into the future for downtown Orlando. So please, everyone, join me in welcoming Electronic Arts to Orlando's Creative Village in downtown Orlando. I know some of the EA folks are out there, but I don't know where. Would you guys stand up? There you go. All right, who's excited about downtown Orlando's future? Woo. That was so good, I'll close. So in closing, we want to thank all of you for being here, and I do want to do a couple special recognitions. I know that they've already been introduced, but I want to reintroduce my city commissioners, District 1 Commissioner Jim Gray, District 2 Commissioner Tony Ortiz. You guys can stand again. I know at least Commissioner Ortiz likes to stand in public. Commissioner Robert Stewart, Commissioner Patty Sheehan, and Commissioner Regina Hill. Thank you. I want to thank you guys for your partnership and everything you do for our residents every single day, and with the understanding that investing in downtown matters to our city and our entire region. I didn't have Congresswoman Val Demings on my list, but I see her there, so thank you for being here, Congresswoman. And I mentioned Mayor Demings already, but I want to thank him again. I don't think there's ever been a better relationship between the Orange County government and the City of Orlando government, and you can expect big things from that partnership. Thank you, Mayor Demings. And I know that there are other Orange County commissioners and other elected officials that were introduced as well, so I want to thank them for being here. Actually, I think, Anna, you snuck in after the intros. So, Anna Escamani. Okay, they're pointing at you, Rick, so I guess you didn't get introduced either. So, our Rick Singh, a property appraiser. Hey, sometime when you're having a drink with Anna, ask her about her hot dog eating contest. So also we're privileged to have former Mayor Bill Frederick here. Mayor, it's just so nice to have you here. A lot of the things we've talked about being able to do in our downtown were because of the foundation that you laid. Putting the first arena there gave us the opportunity to redevelop the 69 acres that you put together to fashion that, the infrastructure you put, the city hall that we enjoy every single day as well. So thank you for being here, and thank you for all your contributions. We couldn't be doing Creative Village and EA and UCF and Valencia without our Creative Village development team, and led by Craig Usler and Brooke Myers. Would you guys stand and be recognized? You know what, and all the city staff that's worked in any way on Creative Village, would you just kind of wave and let us thank you too? They're around the room. And to all of you, our downtown Orlando stakeholders, thank you for your unrelenting passion and commitment to our downtown. Do we have any new attendees? Anybody that's never been to one of these before? Any hands? I see one, although I can't see that far. This is a Okay, so probably 10 or so. Thank you for attending today and for your partnership. It's actually pretty fabulous that most of you have been here before and were willing to come back. That's okay. And finally, I'm skipping that one, Sheree. Finally, we want to recognize one person in particular. So, Bridget, would you come up here with me? So, Bridget Keefe has led the Downtown Orlando Partnership for the last 6 years. This will be her last State of the Downtown address in that role. I'm not banishing you from State of the Downtown address. She's transitioning to a new job at Orlando Health, and certainly. So there's two things for Orlando Health. You saved Thomas and you got Bridget. So we want to thank you for your leadership and for everything you've done as one of the head champions and best cheerleader that I know for our beloved DTO. Would everybody, let's give her a standing ovation. So, you know what? You can stay standing if you want because I'm about to close. I'm not one of those Baptist preachers that says that 5 or 6 times. So thank you for taking your time out of your schedule to come. If you leave here with one thought, one final thought, it's this. We control our own destiny in a way that no other downtown in our state does, maybe no other downtown in the country. And it's because of all of you, our partners, that it's Downtown Orlando's time to unlock our full potential. Thank you. God bless America, God bless Orlando, and God bless Downtown Orlando.